Students, welcome back. Now let's see about the ARM architecture. So advanced RISC machine. In the previous video I explained the introduction part of ARM architecture. Means what are the features of ARM and what exactly the ARM, what is the history of the ARM. Now let's see the architecture. Actually, based on the Berkeley RISC machine, let me write that point. Based on Berkeley RISC machine, reduced instruction set computer, RISC machine, ARM architecture is a fixed length instruction. It's a fixed length instruction. It supports the concept of pipelines. Means the data can be transferred or executed in the form of by using the pipelines. And it is a load and stored architecture. ARM architecture is a load and stored architecture. Okay, so it loads the data and the stores data, everything in the by using the registers. And ARM is a advanced RISC machine is a 32-bit architecture. 32-bit architecture. That means whatever the data that has to be fetched and executed, and address bus, data bus and a control bus, everything is of size 32-bit, and the ALU can perform the operations by taking the data of registers which are having the 32-bit length. When used in relation to the ARM, we know that bytes means 8 bits, word means 32 bits. 32 bits is nothing but 4 bytes. And half word, if you take the half word means 16 bit. It's 2 bytes. Okay, so most ARMs implement 2 instruction sets. Most ARMs implements 2 types of instruction sets. So whether you can go for while you're configuring about the ARM, you can go for the ARM by selecting any of these instruction sets. So that is the 32-bit. Let me write that. The 2 different types of ARM instruction sets are 32-bit ARM instruction set. You can use the 32-bit ARM instruction set, or you can use the 16-bit thumb instruction set. So the ARM processor, whatever you are using, the instruction set that you can use either 32-bit ARM instruction set or it is a 16-bit thumb instruction set. And one more Zezel instruction set is also there, but this Zezel instruction set will used only for the concepts of Java. Concepts that are implemented using Java. Means it mainly supports the Java. So whenever you're working on the Java programming, then you can go for the Zezel instruction sets, which increases the performance of the Java programs. Okay. So this a basic what that exactly the ARM architecture consists of. So this ARM architecture maybe of whatever the things that you're having, means the main thing is the instruction set. So if you are talking about the ARM architecture, means you need to know about the instruction sets. So why I'm talking about the instruction sets means instruction set consisting of the registers. So those registers are of 32-bit size. Each register is of 32-bit size. ARM is a 32-bit architecture. So that's why each registry is of 32-bit size. So whatever the data has to be taken by the ALU, perform the operation and sending the result to again back to the register, everything will be based on the registers only. Means the communication completely depends upon the registers. So that's why we call it as ARM architecture is a load and stored architecture. So loading and storing everything will be done with the help of registers. Okay, so now let me explain the basic ARM organization. Okay, so I want to show you the diagram. So this is a basic ARM organization. So in this ARM architecture, we are going to know about how the data will be flowing, how the data, from where we are getting the data and how it is going to be executed, how it is managed internally, and how the data will be going on. So this is all the data flows. So whatever the directions you are seeing here, this red line, this is the data flows. So this ARM architecture consisting of address registers, address incrementer, and a register bank which holds all the temporary registers. So with the help of this register, the communication will be implemented. So and here you can see this 32/8 multiplier, and one more extra component when compared to the normal architecture. This a barrel shifter will be there in the ARM architecture. ARM architecture consisting of barrel shifter. And ALU used to perform the arithmetic logic operations, data out registers and data in registers. So the data that has to be perform the operation, that data will be sent with the help of data in register, and the final result will be sent to the data out register. And here the instruction decoder and control logic will be there. Okay, so let's see what exactly how the data ARM organization is working. So here the register bank which is connected to ALU. So see here, this is connected to ALU. Okay, and here two data paths will be there. From register bank there are two data paths. One is A bus, okay, and another is B bus. So this is a B bus. So which is connected to this register bank, B bus. So the register bank is connected to ALU where the two data paths will be there. One is A bus and another is B bus. So here the B bus goes via barrel shifter. So this will be go via barrel shifter. So B bus is connected to the barrel shifter. So what is barrel shifter? The barrel shifter actually you call it as a preprocessor. This is also call it as a preprocessor. ALU is performing the accessing as a preprocessor, and the same way the barrel shifter is also acts as a preprocessor. So the data which came from one of the source registers will be stored in this barrel shifter. So the data is coming from any of these registers that will send to the barrel shifter with the help of this B bus. Okay, so this barrel shifter can shift the bits to left, right, or even rotate the data before it is feeding to the ALU. Means it is doing some pre-operations before. So here one bus is holding the data and sending the data directly to ALU, and another register, let's take here two registers or the RM. Okay, so RM and RN will be there. Okay, so if you want to perform any additions or subtractions, whatever it may, one part will be stored in one register, another part will be stored in another register. So with the help of two registers you are performing operation, add A comma B. So let's take RM and RN. So it's performing operation. So one is directly sent to the ALU and another will be multiplexed and sent to the barrel shifter. So the barrel shifter is going to perform pre-operations. If there is any work like shifting the bits to left or shifting the bits to right or even to rotate the bits, that operations will be done by this barrel shifter. So performing the operation on those bits and send that to the ALU. So now this RM plus RN is performing the operations in ALU, and the result will again send back to the register bank. Okay, so here again it sends back to the register bank. So the data that is taking in the form of the input will be taken in the form of registers, and the output will be sent again to the registers. So here the register, the RD, so the result whatever the ALU sent, that will be sent in the form of RD. RD is the result sent data out through B bus, and that data will be sent to data out register and placed on the data bus. Okay, so this is the operation. How it is going to, it's just taking the data, okay, and this is the address bus to where the address, so it just indicating the address to where we have to send the data. So address bus contains a 32 bit, 31 to 0 means 0 to 31 means 32 bit. In the same way data bus is also 32 bit. Okay, and here the address incrementer is there. It is going to increment the address, means the next which location. And the program counter, we already know the program counter always fetches the next instruction to be executed. So where to fetch the data that has to be executed next, that will be in PC bus, and address will be incremented for every instruction that is placing in the output. Okay, so basically the ALU and the barrel shifter are combinational circuits. We call these both are the combinational circuits. So therefore the operations carried out by these two, barrel shifter and the ALU, can take place in one cycle. So they can be work in only one cycle itself, and that actually splits up the operation and execution speed. So that is the main advantage of this barrel shifter. So to increase the system performance, to increase the execution speed of the system, so the work is dividing by the ALU and the barrel shifter, because these two are the combinational circuits. Operations are carried out by the two, which takes place in only one cycle. Okay, so and the register bank and the program counter used for generation of addresses, we all know that. So there is an address bus from 0 to 31, which means the 32 bit address, and the data bus is of 32 bit. So we all know that ARM is a load and store architecture. I already said starting of this video. So it's a load and store architecture, means the things came and go only through registers. So we are getting the data and sending the data only through registers. So that's why we call it as a load and store architecture. So load means instructions. Load means just instructions copies the data from memory to register. Okay, and whereas store means from register to memory. So everything will be done with the help of the registers. So ARM processor, the data can be manipulated only in the registers, not in data memory. So that point you have to be think about. So ARM processor will perform operations and manipulations can be done only through registers, okay, not in the data memory. So ARM has two source registers. We had seen that, RM and RN. So I said the register bank consisting of whatever the operation that you want to be perform, that will be two source registers will be present. Source registers means the data will be split into two source registers. One is RM and another is RN. So for just like taking the additions, RM plus RN, okay, performing the operation and multiplication, division. So for everything you need two operands, two registers you need. So for that there are two source registers, RM and RN. So one is destination registers, RD, okay. So which comes carries the result. And I already said A bus and B bus, which will help in reading the source operands. RM and RN values will be fetched from A and B. Okay, A and B, and computation will be carried out in ALU or by using the multiplication and accumulator. So that is a multiplexer. So address registers are used to hold the address. So we know that. So this is about the architecture. So don't be confused. First, while you're drawing the ARM architecture, just think about the components that are present in the ARM architecture. You need the address registers, you need the data registers, to where you have to send the result, that address, and from where you have to get the data. So with the help of data bus, data in, data out. Here the address increment is there to fetch the next location, to find out the next location, and the program counter, next instruction that has to be executed. Register bank contains all the 16 registers, means all the registers that are present. And two buses will be there, A bus and B bus. Okay, those are all connected to ALU. ALU performs the operations with the help of the barrel shifter. So these two are the combinational circuits. With the help of the barrel shifter, ALU perform the operations with a high speed. And the result will be sent back to the register bank. From register bank, the result again sent on B bus and data out register. Okay, so here I forgot to tell about this instruction decoder and control logic. It decodes the instructions before execution is carried out. So whatever the instruction that has to be executed, so before that it decodes the instruction. It decodes the instruction before execution is carried out. So this ARM supports ARM supports three kinds of instruction sets. I already said ARM instruction set, Zezel instruction set, and Thumb instruction set. So this is about how the data will be flowing in the ARM organization. Thank you.